Um, but it's a class action lawsuit against all machines and that they're defective devices, okay? I have lawyers worked on this for 5 months.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup for my family. They're so innocent. This is soup for my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
I went in yesterday and there was a television screen and I said, this is genius. $7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Is this thing on? Testing. Hello? Is this machine active? Let me tap the machine. Is this thing on? We got Gold Ducat in the program. We got Lindsay We got Glam Girl Adel. We got Bob Carr Modi in the chat room, and many more. Welcome to the program today. I would like to remind everybody that this is the Above It All program, and I'm here to do a show. So I will say, I will be honest, I engulfed my senses in copious amounts of marijuana product last night, and I'm still recovering. So thank you for listening. I also had my blood stolen from me. My blood, I got wrapped up to a couple tubes and they siphoned my blood out. So there you go. And as a result, I got really high when I got home. So anyway, now I'm drinking coffee. Now, I don't know about y'all, but for me, when I drink coffee, it makes me even more, makes me messed up in the good way. So anyway, there you go. I've got some news here. This is a news show. Theoretically, is a news show. It's a politics show. It's we talk about the world. But anyway, I'm all good to go. Everybody. I'd like to remind everyone to download and play my new Doom WAD. I know y'all motherfuckers are losers and you don't know how to play video games, but download my Doom WAD. Thank you. All right. Let's jump in. We're jumping in. We're jumping the fuck in. Okay. The Supreme Court upholds California ban on flavored tobacco. I've talked about this one before. Now, I will say I don't smoke tobacco. I think nicotine in tobacco is gross. I think cigarettes are gross. I'm just anti. But we have flavored coffee. We have soda, which is flavored water, essentially. It's just, water with a bunch of corn syrup in it. So, my opinion, if we have flavored coffee, flavored sodas, there should be flavored tobacco products. That's just my opinion. But anyway, let's read. The Supreme Court on Monday rejected a bid from the tobacco industry to block a California ban on flavored tobacco products. The ban, or Prop 31, was overwhelmingly approved by voters in November and will prohibit the sale of most flavored tobacco products, including menthol cigarettes. So this is one of those things where it's like oftentimes you have ballot proposals or propositions, and at some states it's proposal, some states it's proposition. I don't, whatever. But anyway, and then like the voters will choose something, and then whatever industry that affects will try to like overturn it. Most of the time they win. So this is a surprising thing that the Supreme Court is siding on with democracy rather than big business. Now again, I don't like cigarettes. I think cigarettes are garbage. I think as far as drugs go, cigarettes are pretty bad. It's if you smoke cigarettes and that's like your drug of choice, I'm gonna be honest, you're a little bit of a loser. And I don't say that, if you're addicted or whatever and you want to quit, that's one thing. Just do it already. It's a Max the dog appearance. Check this shit out. Holy hell. It's Max the goddamn dog. Do you think Max the dog smokes cigarettes? Max, do you smoke cigarettes? I don't think he does. Anyway, yeah, like drugs are just like the loser, or cigarettes are just the loser's drug. You know what I mean? Now, again, I don't think that you should be banned from having your drug, right? I say if we're going to ban cigarettes because they're flavored, I say let's ban soda. I mean, it's just fair. It's just fair. Ban soda. Like, because let's be honest, right? Soda, now all the things, how they say all these bullshit, like, oh, the flavored Juul pods are going to get kids into smoking. You don't think these, like, bright berry blue and, like, fucking bright green and bright red fucking goddamn, like, 12-ounce sodas are getting kids hooked on drugs? You know what I mean? Like, oh, no, the cotton candy Juul pod is going to fuck people up. Oh, Lord, no, don't think of the children. We can't have that. Yet, Fanta is allowed to sell, like, yellow products, green products, orange products. Hey, I'm just saying. Right, so obviously my opinion is we don't ban anything. But, the law was first passed 2 years ago, but tobacco companies successfully funded a campaign to block its implementation and put the issue on the year's statewide ballot. Justices, however, upheld the ban without explanation or any public dissent. R.J. Reynolds, which sells Newport menthol cigarettes, argued the ban contradicts the Tobacco Control Act of 2009, a federal law that prohibits states from blocking the sale of tobacco products. Now, again, the tobacco industry, my opinion, again, garbage. They're garbage, right? They're garbage. So I'm not siding at all with these businesses, right, in any capacity. Like, I'm glad they got fucked. But I'm just saying the impetus to ban things because it's flavored is just dumb. It's just dumb, right? It's some low IQ shit. And then it also, like, again, it's like we're feeding drugs to kids every day. It's called juice. It's called juice boxes. You know the juice box industry? The juice boxes advertise to adults. The cereal industry? Do cereal companies advertise to adults? No. They advertise to kids. And that's illegal? But someone having a menthol cigarette is, that's, it's just too much. Anyway, I wanted to talk about drugs, so that's why I talked about this. It's a complicated issue because I would agree with the voters, but in this case, the voters voted for something stupid, but also I don't want to side with big business. So, I mean, I'm not weighing in on the case or anything. I'm just saying. That's my opinion on the whole subject. But anyway, I say ban juice boxes, ban soda, ban Fanta products specifically because they got all that colored ass soda, the blues, the reds, the orange, the fucking greens, the fucking yellows. They got everything. I say ban Fanta, ban the Coca-Cola. I'm just saying we got to be consistent because you don't ban cereal, ban Frosted Flakes, ban Kellogg's, right? Ban that. Just ban it all. Because otherwise kids are going to get addicted to drugs. And if that's what we're pretending to be concerned about, right, then I'm all in. Let's protect the kids. Let's ban cereal, ban juice boxes. Let's ban yogurt, flavored yogurt. Let's ban it all because otherwise the kids are going to get addicted to drugs. So we got to think of the kids here. But anyway, there you go. Ban coffee. It's flavored, right? The flavored coffee. You're only allowed to get black coffee. That's it. Which is the only coffee that matters. Yeah. There you go. What about Faygo? Faygo it gets an exception. They have lobbied me successfully. If you have to drink something soda, drink the clear variety. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all kinds of different subjects that we could discuss. Anyway, So this one was sent to me. Marjorie Taylor Greene says that the January 6th Capitol attack would have been armed if she planned it. So, that's interesting news. Rep MTG said Saturday that the Jan 6 21 riot at the U.S. Capitol, let's use the word insurrection, would have been armed if she and former Trump advisor Steve Bannon had planned it. Now, again, this is like her trying to like say, hey, I had nothing to do with it, because if I did, we would have, done a lot better. Right? Like, you can tell that I wasn't involved in the planning because they got destroyed instantly. If I were involved in the planning, we would have won and Trump would be king right now. Like, whoa, what? Okay. Speaking at a gala for the New York Young Republicans Club, I love this, a gala. Like, these out-of-touch trust fund baby cocksuckers are going to, like, a gala in New York. Like, isn't she supposed to be, like, representing a hard-working man in Georgia? Gonna represent the farmers and the goddamn people that are working in Georgia, got real jobs. And she's going to a gala for the Young Republicans Club. Jesus fucking Hitler Youth ass shit. The far-right lawmaker appeared to hit back at claims that she was somehow involved in plotting the Capitol riot. Quote, then Jan 6 happened, and next thing you know, I organized the whole thing along with Steve Bannon here, and I will tell you something, if Steve Bannon and I had organized that, we would have won. Not to mention, it would have been armed, Taylor Greene told the audience. So, I mean, there's multiple things here. One, a lot of the people at January 6th were armed. So, what does that mean, it would have been armed? Everyone would have been armed, or like what? I don't know. It is not really defined here. And second of all, we would have won? Whoa, what the fuck? All right, check this out. So we would have won. So this is her defending herself, right? This is her saying, obviously, I had nothing to do with it. If I was involved, we'd be kissing the ring for King Trump right now. But fortunately, I wasn't involved. Like, what? That's crazy. I mean, they just say this shit, man. Quote, see, that's the whole joke, isn't it? They say the whole thing was planned. And I'm like, are you kidding me? A bunch of conservative Second Amendment supporters went to the Capitol without guns, and they think that we organized that? Taylor Greene added, per footage shared online. Now, I don't think anybody has ever said, by the way, just for complete clarity here, that Marjorie Taylor Greene or Steve Bannon organized January 6th. Now, did they help our body politic reach the boiling point where people would go to January 6th with guns and bombs to try to overthrow the government? Absolutely. But did they participate? Like, were they in the back room at the Windsor or whatever hotel with the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys? Some of them were. We have reports that Roger Stone, Alex Jones were involved. But Marjorie Taylor Greene had staffers that were involved. But the idea that someone is saying Marjorie Taylor Greene and Bannon planned it as if they are like a criminal duo of mastermind, like they were just dumb and helped organize it in whatever ways that they could from their positions, right? They pushed Trump to keep lying, right? And to keep creating this conspiracy network. They got more people energized. So to say that they planned it, as in they planned to overthrow the government versus they planned, to create the fire and, who knows what the fire is going to do, right? So I don't know, man. But again, this is one of like the most bizarre defenses I've ever seen. Like, you can tell I'm not planning it because if I planned it, we would have won. Like, what? But anyway, so that's some crazy shit. And then you got Elon Musk just looking sad here for whatever reason. I don't know why. But anyway, that's just, that's where we're at in the world. Marjorie Taylor Greene would have won if she was in charge. I guess let's thank God she wasn't in charge. Haha, right? All right. I bet you, Al, there is a shot load of raisins in all the potato salad at that gala. Are you implying that they don't eat raisins? That's weird. Huh. Strange stuff. I don't know if y'all can see this shit. There's a Max dog. Maxie, say hi. Maxie, they want to see you. You're famous. You're famous. He's licking my foot now. Max, why are you licking my foot? Come uppy. Come uppy. Come uppy, Max. What the hell? So, this is Max the dog. Anyway, we're doing a news show here. This is a news program. This is the Above It All show. I got like trash underneath my chair. Look at this dog. I mean, you know, you can tell I'm still high. Anyway. Alright, let's talk about Joe Manchin, right? Why not? So, recently, Kyrsten Sinema decided to become an independent. Now, I made like an hour-long video about that fucking shit, so I think we can skip that. Go watch that if you want the recap. But now, here's another headline. Senator Joe Manchin won't rule out leaving the Democratic Party. Oh ho ho ho! Oh ho 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 ho! So this was like all throughout last year. This motherfucker was like, if you keep bullying me, I'm just going to leave the party. I'm just going to... And now Kyrsten Sinema ripped the Band-Aid off. So I say get rid of this motherfucker. Get this guy out of here. That's my opinion. Senator Joe Manchin told reporters on Monday that he won't rule out leaving the Democratic Party. As, like, this is my thing. You keep threatening to do it. Chuck Schumer or whoever needs to, right, should just kick you out. Kick this motherfucker out. Don't let him just do this, oh, well, I don't know, maybe if the groundhog comes out and sees the shadow, I'll go and flip 16 coins and then, like, don't shut the fuck up and either leave the party or don't. This guy has been crying about this fucking shit for, like 2 years now. I look at all these things, I've always looked at all those things, but I have no intention of doing anything right now. Manchin told CNN reporter Manu Raju before adding, whether I do something later, I can't tell you what the future's gonna bring. What does that mean? I can't tell you what the future's gonna bring. What does that mean? The centrist Manchin has been... A centrist is... I mean, that's not a word I would use to describe this fucking cocksucker centrist, but, you know, it's a word. It exists. Centrist, I don't really know, but it is a word. Has been a member of the Democratic caucus since he was elected to the Senate in 2010. The 75-year-old former West Virginia governor, along with Sinema, have helped derail several pieces of legislation backed by the party's rank-and-file members, including the Biden administration's $3.5 trillion Build Back Better bill. Manchin has also opposed efforts by Democrats to end the Senate filibuster rules and has blocked White House appointees. I'm not one of the Democrats. I don't know what to tell you, Manchin told reporters by our friends who aren't running Republican or Republican independent. As I said, we're going to go and see what else to look. Look at this guy's fucking stupid face. I hate this guy. In October 21, Manchin threatened to switch his affiliation to independent after disagreements. Yeah, I remember that shit. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, so the attention fucking whores are really, they're just going after us, right? They're just all out, like, you know, sensory overload for the cringe. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Like, the thing about it is, again, as I said the other day, Like, the reason why they say all this stupid, vague, nonsense garbage is to get in the news. Why do they know it's going to get into the news? Because they understand how the media works. The reporters are fucking stupid. But reporters, why are they stupid? Why do they focus on stupid news stories? Because the readers are fucking stupid. The average American news consumer is fucking stupid. They're dumb. That's why the news is the way it is. Ultimately, that's why Fox News is the most popular cable news show or cable news network. Why? Because, again, Americans are fucking stupid, right? So they see this shit and they go like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, we're doing it right now. We're part of the problem. Look at us, bro. Ooh, Joe Manchin's all of it. Right, so anyway, you know, that's it. There's your news story. Joe Manchin. I mean, I say that he should just get kicked out. Like, that's what I would do. But, of course, I'm not doing anything because I'm not there. So, there we go. Yeah, the Senate's garbage. The Senate's just like not like it's just not good. There's no reason for that shit to exist. You know, I want to get like a wireless fucking headset because this fucking shit, it always like flings around and it's just annoying as hell. Alright. Now this, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know about this. I don't know if this is true. And if this is true, if this poll is accurate, I don't really know what it indicates, all right? But Donald Trump, Orange J Man, is in trouble. Republican support for his 24 bid falls amid political and legal setbacks. This is in USA Today, Republican support for Donald Trump's presidential bid in 24 has cratered. An exclusive USA Today Suffolk University poll finds as the former president is beleaguered by midterm losses and courtroom setbacks. By 2-1, GOP and GOP-leaning voters now say they want Trump's policies, but a different standard bearer to carry them. While 31% want the former president to run, 61% prefer some other Republican nominee who would continue the policies Trump has pursued. Now, again, this is why this poll is, my opinion, not being represented well. Because at the end of the day, you have to understand, Republicans, we're talking about the voters here, not the politicians, although the politicians it also applies, but I'm specifically talking about the voters. Republican voters are fucking stupid. They're fucking dumb. They can't think for themselves. They're zombies. They're sheep. They're fucking morons, right? So when the debates start to happen and Ron DeSantis squirms like a little fucking eel, right? And then everyone else cries and whines on the debate stage and Donald Trump is looking around like, you know, when he does that weird head twisting thing, right? They're all gonna fall in line for this guy, right? So, like, these polls don't mean anything, right? As far as I'm concerned, but I'm interested, right? And it's also the way that they asked it, right? They want someone who would continue the policies. What does that mean? Now, again, policies don't exist for these people. They don't know anything about policy. You ask them about policy, they'll say like, "Oh, build the wall." So they don't know what the fuck that means, right? But what they do know. What that means to Republicans is they don't want any rhinos. No Mike Pence motherfuckers, you know. Anyone that believes that the 2020 election, you know, was fine. There was no problem with it. Anyone who believes that, they're gone. That's what the policy is. The policy in this case is just a big lie. So, right. So you would need a DeSantis character, but DeSantis is not going to run against Trump and win. That's the thing. Name one somewhat Trump-aligned guy that's going to run against Donald Trump and win. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. The only people that would run against him in any way that could possibly let them win are anti-Trump guys, and they're not going to win regardless, right? So there you go. They have a name in mind. 2/3 of Republicans and those inclined to vote Republican want Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to run for president by double digits, 56 to 33. They say they prefer DeSantis over Trump. Now, again, they're still going to vote for Donald Trump. And think about it. Is DeSantis going to win in a debate against Donald Trump? Donald Trump is running. All right. Now, again, I'm not even sure Ron DeSantis is even going to run in 24. I think he's that fucking scared. That's my opinion. What does Ron DeSantis, think about it from his perspective, what does he have to gain by running in 2024 instead of 2028? Is Donald Trump really going to run again in 2028? Right? Ron DeSantis is young. Right? He can have his cake and eat it too if he runs in 2028. Right? He doesn't have to worry about bowing out of his governor's seat, right? He has like 4 more years, at least until 26, right? Of just like crying and getting in the headlines all the time. So my opinion is that this whole Trump versus DeSantis thing, it's all made up. There is no universe where Donald Trump and DeSantis actually have a head-to-head and the voters are like, whoa, we don't know who to support. That's not going to happen. All right, because these are Republicans, and Republicans are fucking cucks to power, right? They just, who's more powerful? Who's got the bigger yelling voice? Who's got the bigger yelling voice? Oh, Donald Trump, look at the way he screams. Oh, yes, scream at me, Donald. That's these motherfuckers, right? So, and Ron DeSantis, have you seen Ron DeSantis's like debate performance? This guy is like a little scared puppy, right? Like, he was debating some loser fucking former Republican Democrat and he still lost the debate. Now, again, he won the election, obviously, because Floridians are fucking stupid, right? But again, like, he had a layup debate opponent and he still got trounced, So it's like, when you've got like fucking literally the physical incarnation of like Wonder Bread as your opponent, right, who says nothing of anything, I'm a Democrat, like, but they were a Republican 5 minutes ago, right, and you fail in a debate against that guy, how are you going to go up against the machine powerhouse Donald Trump? You're going to lose, and it's going to be badly, right? So I think Ron DeSantis is aware of that, and that's why I think he won't run against Donald Trump. That's my opinion, though I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. The findings are a red flag for Trump, whose core support has held remarkably solid through firestorms over his personal behavior, provocative rhetoric, and his most controversial actions in the White House, but he has become increasingly embattled over his role in fueling the Jan 6 assault on the Capitol, his alleged mishandling of sensitive documents when he left the White House, and investigations into efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Some Republican strategists blame Trump and his influence for the GOP's failure to win control of the Senate in November. Candidates he helped recruit and support in Arizona, Georgia, and Pennsylvania lost races, and that independent analysts thought might have been won by a more traditional candidate. The poll of 1,000 registered voters taken by landline and cell phone Wednesday through Sunday has a margin of error of plus or minus 3.1 percentage points. The sample of 374 Republicans and independents who lean to the Republican Party has an error margin of 5.1 points. So again, I mean, this is not a great poll. The way they asked it is super vague. This is a push poll where they just try to get the result that they want by like phrasing things and asking people questions in a really strange way. On that, just so that they can get the headline that they want. Nathan Brown, Molotov, thank you for the coolness. I appreciate that. Thanks. Thank you. Biden's lead widens over Trump in a head-to-head race. Enthusiasm for Trump's third bid for the White House within the GOP has significantly ebbed in recent months. In July, 60% of Republicans wanted Trump to run again. In October, the number has dipped to 56. Now it has fallen to 47, and almost even split with the 45 who don't want him to run for a third time. Now, again, these polls don't mean anything. Why? Because if he runs, they're going to support him regardless. The only way that this poll would mean anything at all is if you asked, if Donald Trump runs and wins the nomination, will you refuse to support him? Because I guarantee you, the answer would be 100% that they would support him if he wins, right? The idea that, Donald Trump's going to steamroll the primary, become the nominee, and then they're going to, out of principle, not vote for him because they think he's bad for the party or whatever. That's not, like, again, it doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. You can't really poll this question. I mean, ultimately, that's the thing, is you can't really poll this question. But anyway, the gap between Biden and whatever is, there you go. So, you know, I just think that kind of stuff is overblown, so I wanted to talk about it. Holy shit, I've only been streaming for 40 minutes. It feels like I've been here for like 12 years. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. I got like garbage underneath my chair. How's everyone going today? I think I might be out of things to talk about. So, how's everyone doing? No, I don't feel like talking about movies today, unless someone has like any generic questions. Talk about the climate crisis. I mean, what the fuck? What do you want me to talk about? We're all gonna die. You ever see 2012? It's like that. We're all gonna fucking die. Watch any movies lately? I've been watching some movies. I'll talk about them some other time, though. Q-cock. It's always Q-cock. Brittany Griner. She is apparently, according to my informational knowledge, in the United States and is doing fine. So what's the news? What is there an update? Movies lists. What kind of list? I can give you a list. Goddamn toenail is fucked up. I don't want to show anyone this because it's kind of, well, you know, but. She's in Texas recovering. Okay. I mean, yeah, there's a lot to recover. Talk about being a YouTuber. Do you use the analytic tools? I mean, define tools. Do I look at the viewer numbers? Yeah, sure. But I'm not like scraping any tools. I usually ignore all of that shit. When you get a new headset, sell me your old one. Oh, Jesus. All right. That's a deal. But I don't know if I'm going to get a new one. The only thing I don't like about it is the cord. Like, the cord just sucks. Otherwise, it's good. But yeah, I mean, you know, today's show is a little short. I'm really high right now, so what are you gonna do? I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Violon, so. What the hell? Auction the old headset? Oh shit. Do you have an auction going? Alright, I'm down to auction it. Yeah, I decided I don't want to talk about Elon Musk today. I mean, there's plenty of shit I could talk about, like him getting booed or whatever, but maybe I'll do that later. Falling asleep waiting on this doctor. Can you believe this shit? Toe skin, tissue, couple other things. No, Realon, I told you, I don't ship internationally. You can't join a fucking sweepstakes giveaway for, you know, something that says does not ship internationally and then cry when I don't ship internationally, you know? Come on now. You give me an address in the United States, I'll get you some toe skin, a tissue, and a couple of other things, but... Shipping internationally costs money. And then there's also like the laws. Like they might see that I'm shipping you like a toenail or something, and then they'll assume it's like it's like biological like warfare or some shit. Let's talk about banks that rob you with overdraft fees. Isn't that crazy? So you don't have money, right? You don't have money. So what does the bank do? They take more of your money. Like as if like, you know, I've been there. This shit fucking sucks. Y'all should subscribe to my second YouTube. Because, I mean, honestly, it's just the right thing to do. It's just the right thing to do. When you really think about it, when you really start to analyze the situation, it's just the right thing to do. Did I beat the record? I don't know. I don't remember. I transferred money later in the day, and they took 3 overdraft charges that should have been reversed in the same day, so now I'm fighting with the Yep. I try my best to avoid all of that shit as much as possible. Yeah. But yeah, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Thank you all for watching. I know it was a little bit of a short one today, but sometimes it's better than a short one. Better a short one than no show at all. So, I hope y'all enjoyed. And if anyone has any complaints, feel free to post them in my direction. And that's all I got.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it, and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick, because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people. They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly. And the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up. And they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
Jack, you guys are all the same. will enhance our underlying effort to accommodate the Russian oligarchs and make sure we take their ill-begotten gains. We're going to accommodate them. We're going to seize their yachts, their luxury homes, and other ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Kleptocracy. The guys who are the kleptocracies. But these are bad guys.